Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to your very own Try It Before You Buy channel with your host Karamullah Kadwani. Today is going to be all about Myriad from the house of Louis Vuitton. A lot of mystery towards this fragrance which we shall unfold today, as not many reviews on the scent. But before we do that, if this is the first time you're tuning into my channel or still haven't subscribed but enjoy fragrance reviews, price points and alternatives where possible in my humble opinion, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss another video. Myriad by the house of Louis Vuitton is an oriental woody fragrance for men and women. This is a newer release. Myriad was launched in 2023. The nose behind the fragrance, the in-house perfumer for Louis Vuitton, Jacques Cavalier. Top notes, saffron. Middle notes are Bulgarian rose and grass rose. Base notes are Assam oud, ambrette, white musk and cacao. From black gold comes colors. Known as perfumery's black gold, oud possesses a scent so rich and profound that it seems to contain all the others. An exceptional essence, a Maison Louis Vuitton exclusive, reveals the precious wood in all its beauty. Its perfect balance of woody, spicy and animalic facets inspired master perfumer Jacques Cavalier to accomplish a veritable feat. Marry the power of oud with the airy, colorful aesthetic of the Les Extraits collection. Concentrated to the extreme in this virtuoso creation, oud blends with a made-to-measure rose. Traversed by ethereal white musks, it extends its leathery accents into swirls of saffron and reveals its raw sensuality upon contact with cacao. A myriad olfactory nuances, a tribute to nature's genius and to the fabulous diversity of life. Myriad is part of the Louis Vuitton Les Extraits collection, expressing the encounter of two great creative minds. There are a total of 6 exceptional, highly concentrated fragrance treasures. Jacques Cavalier reinvents the perfume extrait with boldness and fluidity. Frank Gehry, one of the greatest architects of all time, designs his first perfume bottle. He began with Mark Newson's original bottle, sketching the lines into curves. From his sculptural flourish emerges a transparent veil that appears to float in the air. The bottle is topped with the precious hand-polished metal cap like the splash of an airy imaginary flower. Tailor-made for me, I feel like, and most Middle Eastern fragrance connoisseurs. There's a lot of people calling it vomit-like inducing cat pissy fragrance. The legendary Ombre Nomad has an animalic barnyard oud more accepted and liked by lots more, to be honest. I didn't appreciate this one the first few times. I tried it with my service associate at LV, the Louis Vuitton boutique in Dubai Mall, and just this once, when I had decided that I'd not go for this one, it completely turned around. And I don't know what came about, but without a question became a fragrance I so wanted that was an on-spot purchase. Just the last time I was going to try it out and then I was going to give up on this perfume. It kind of clicked. It's not just another rose oud fragrance. It does have Assam oud and a musk core combination which lasts throughout the entire life of the scent. Not for beginners though, or if you are into Ventus and blue light fragrances. I don't want to sound like a niche snob, but that's what it is. It is strong and powerful, but in such an elegant and classy way. It lasts forever. But you should have smelled a lot and been in the niche space for over 2 to 3 years. The oud here has an animalic funk from Oud Assam, which it is very much known for. But here it goes more leathery, if that makes sense. So it is a rather oud, woody, musky, leathery composition. It has a gradient of musk. It is not connected to Ombre Nomad at all. Feels nighttime appropriate, total Middle Eastern vibes. It has an elegant leathery, oudi gradient, if you will. So you have saffron as discussed, but its but it is quite minor that really makes this unique. Here the core is the Assam oud and musk done to perfection. So in the beginning you're going to be greeted with oud, musky, leathery combination with a tinge of saffron, and is a nice variant to this kind of intro. Not mainstream. You smell a very high quality oud, musk right from the get-go. Rose from grass acts like a bridge that has a very uplifting lemony facet, which makes an appearance 15 to 20 minutes into the fragrance and lasts for about 90 minutes, give or take. The lemony rose kind of cuts through the Assam oud and the musky leathery opening, balancing it out, which I always say is so important, with a hint of saffron. The Bulgarian rose is what you get after the 90 minutes mark from the bridge of the lemony uplifting rose. This to me is a spicy, sensual rose going into a fade to black gradient, which intensifies from the 90 minutes mark. You have some green tinges, more associated with geranium I suppose, but it's not listed. You have a dark, sensual Bulgarian rose, but again balanced with a clean white musk. Myriad shares a lot of similarities with Carbon Sapphire from the house of Boadicea, the Victorious, which I also happen to own, and I just love that composition. I'd call Carbon Sapphire a snobby niche person's rose oud, and this one may remind you of that scent. Carbon Sapphire is much more richer in intense experience, but the overall feel in this one is more balanced and has a note of cacao that really makes this a very sensual composition and has its own strengths. My wife likes this one on me, but that too came with multiple ways. Initially she wasn't a big fan, so wifey approved on the oud meter. Though you may not feel it's intense, it really lasts long and lingers in the air, so the sillage and projection is on the top of the food chain. Let's discuss the oud in here, as it may be one of the questions that you may have in mind, and also a lot of people in my close circle have asked me is to explain the kind of oud that's in here. It is nothing like the oud in Ombre Nomad, but more associated with the most expensive perfume in LV's line. It's called Pure Oud. It's 7,200, 7,400 dirhams a pop for like 100 ml. This one has an air of modernity. The performance, I'd say, is that it's slightly above an aura scent, but not beast mode, if that's the thing. The funk here is not crazy. The oud is, as mentioned, a leathery oud and has a musky facet to it. The dry down. Bulgarian rose lasts up to 9 hours. There's embret and musks that intensify the musky nuances. Embret is known as a material that has musky like facets. Pure oud is much of a layering scent, so it may be an add-on to all your other LV fragrances. The dry cacao powder sprinkled like kind of nuances with this one kind of adds a layer of intrigue and allure. There's a kind of sexiness with the cacao, which kind of intensifies towards the dry down. Not very significant, but I love my chocolate ouds, and one of my favorite chocolate ouds is from the house of Botnikov, though I do not like the house of Botnikov as mentioned in one of my previous reviews. Lao Oud is one of my favorites from the house of Botnikov from the 2020 batch. I cannot speak to the batches after that. This one's not geared towards the beginners or the mainstream fragrance wearers, more for the Middle Eastern market. The way I see it, the oud really brings out the sensuality with this leathery, musky composition. A very different rose oud. This is one of the few LV fragrances that smells its price. It retails for 2,800 dirhams for 100 ml. Rich AF. Rose, Assam oud, leathery facets with the sensual musk coming in. The cap as well, adding to the collectivity factor. A must have in every fragrance connoisseur's collection It is definitely a signature worthy scent. Rich AF, Assam oud, the roses of the highest quality, and the musks and cacao add this aura of sensuality. The cap is regal. Presentation next to none. The shape of the bottle, not just another rose oud. If you are the snobby, modern individual that wears Balenciaga and sports a Lambo, this one's for you. It's a long-lasting wood scent, worth the cost and less expensive than both this year the Victorious's Carbon Sapphire. The projection and sillage are awesome for the first 8 to 9 hours, becoming a lingering in the air, more like a drawing scent, and stays like that for 15 hours and beyond. Just my 2 cents and my humble opinion on Myriad from the house of Louis Vuitton. Do let me know your thoughts. Also let me know if you have this gem of a composition in your arsenal, or if you're at least interested in giving it a try after watching this review. Do give me a thumbs up if you take anything of value from this. Keep your smelling game on. Do share your experiences and don't forget to comment. Feel free to ask me any questions and I'll try to answer them to the best of my capabilities. Until the next time, your host Karamullah Kadwani signing out.